Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our subject computer, class 7, chapter number 3, more on QBasic. In your previous class, you have learned about the graphics in QBasic, which is the simplest way to write the program and create different figures. In this chapter, you will learn more concept of programming in QBasic. Before learning these concepts, let's recall what the QBasic is and how we started. QBasic is one of the version of Basic. QBasic stands for Quick Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Some of its features are listed here. It is the simplest computer language. It is very easy to learn and use. It is a high-level programming language. It helps us to write, edit, and execute programs. Starting QBasic, look for the QBasic icon on your desktop and double-click it to start it. The first window that appears looks like this. When you open the QBasic, a window appears with the welcome message on the screen. The welcome message does not appear in QBasic 7.1. Press the escape key to clear the welcome message and following screen will appear. To execute the command in QBasic, press F5 or click the Run menu and select Start option. The output is displayed on output screen. Let's take a look at the QBasic interface. Title bar, display the name of application, and on the right hand side you see the minimize, maximize and close button. Menu bar has the various options such as the file, edit, view, search, run, debug option and help. By clicking on any of these options, you will see the command and under it programming window. This window is used to type in the code required for the program. Status bar. The status bar at the bottom of the screen displays the list of shortcut keys to quickly perform some QBasic functions. Cursor. The blinking cursor at the top left corner of the screen indicates where you should start typing. Immediate window. The space shows the immediate execution and the output of the print command. Programming in a QBasic. Programming in a QBasic involves the 3 steps: writing a program, running a program and saving a program. Every programming language has its own set of commands and syntax. Besides these commands, there are some other information that the program language use. It may be any number, alphabet or a special character. A program in QBasic is made up of 4 basic elements: character, data types, operators, statements. Let's learn each in detail. Characters. In QBasic, character set consists of the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Letters A to Z in capital and A to Z in lowercase. And some special characters like plus, minus, asterisk, division, less than, greater than and so on. Data types. Data types means a kind of type or data is to be stored in a memory location. Data are always stored in the name memory location. In QBasic, data can be constant data or a variable data. Both the constant and variables are further classified as a string or numeric. Here you will learn about each. Constants. Constants are the value stored in a program which does not change during the program execution. There are 2 types, numeric and alphanumeric. Numeric constant, any numeric value, an integer or a real number, positive or a negative, is called numeric constant. Numeric constants are used for the mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Numeric constant may be a valid or invalid numeric constant, such as a value of pi, which is fixed, so that is constant value. Similarly, some more examples are given here. Alphanumeric or a string constant, a set of characters is called a string. Alphanumeric or a string constant contain a sequence of characters, letters, numbers or symbols enclosed within the double quotation mark. String constants are used to represent the non-numeric qualities such as the name, address, etc. Sometimes some values are fixed during the program. So we can also make a alphanumeric value as a constant value. Variables. A variable in a program can be referred to a name and whose value can be changed during the execution of a program. For example, a value of variable a is equal to 10, which may be changed to any other value during the execution of program. So there are two types of a variable, numeric and alphanumeric. A numeric variable is always used to represent the numeric value. The name of numeric variable must start with the letter but can have a letter or number or both as the rest of the character. It ends with the character percentage. Alphanumeric or a string variable. The name of an alphanumeric or a string variable always begin with a letter but can include the special character as well as digit. It ends with the character $sign. Next is naming variable. Variable name can have a combinations of letter and number. However, the last character in the variable name can be used to specify its data type, such as given below. For a string, we have to use $sign. For an integer, we have to use percentage. For a long integer, we have to use and symbol. For a single precious number, we have to use exclamatory sign. For the double, we have to use hash. Next is operators. Like the constants and variable, operators are also the building blocks of program. There are three types of operator in a QBasic: arithmetic, relational and logical. Arithmetic operators. The operator which operate on a numeric constant and a variable is called arithmetic operator. It always gives a numeric output. The following are the examples of arithmetic operators: addition, for example x plus y; subtraction, x minus y; multiplication, x into y; division, x divided by y; exponent, x raised to the power y. And then parentheses are used to tell the computer about the sequence of solving an equation. Relational operators are used, for example, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These relational operators are used when we have to form any condition in our program. Logical operators are used to perform the operation on numeric values. We are using three types of logical operator: AND operator. If both the operand conditions are true, then the final result must be true, otherwise false. If we use the two conditions at the same time, and if both conditions are true, then the final result is true, otherwise false. We will do later in programming. OR operator and NOT operator. NOT, it negates the result of a condition. Next is expressions. An expression refers to a combination of constant variables along with the operators in a particular format. It is evaluated to obtain the desired result. The result we got called is in the form of string, numeric or logical value. The result can be stored in a variable. For example, bracket start a plus b closed bracket less than c. So in this expression, first we will solve addition and then we compare that value with the c. One more example is here. Cuboid volume is length into breadth into height. So these are called the expressions which contains the constants, maybe a variable and operators, arithmetic, relational or logical operators. The table given shows a hierarchy for all the operators used in parentheses are at the first, then exponent, then multiplication and division, then integer division, then modulus, then subtraction and addition. Relational operator equal to sign, greater than, less than, not equal to, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, and in logical operator first is not, then and, then or. Statement. Every command or instruction in a QBasic is called statement. A program in a QBasic is systematic arrangement of the different statement. Each statement begin with a new line and always start with the QBasic command or keyword. The way in which the statements are written is called its syntax. Now just discuss about some of the statements of this chapter. This is the first window of your QBasic. This is a welcome node. Press escape to close it. Now start your first program. First statement is rem statement. Rem stand for the remarks. Rem is used for beginning of your program to give it a name, a command line or an instruction for the program. It is used to give the important information about the program, such as the name of the person who wrote the program or the purpose of the program, etc. The rem statement does not affect the way of your program runs. For example, rem this program shows the use of QBasic. Next is print welcome to class. So after typing this program, when you click on run command, it executes, and here you can see welcome to the class, but remark statement is not printed here. You can also see that there is more information on this screen. To clear this information from the computer or on your screen, we are using CLS command. CLS is commonly used to clear the output screen. It makes the screen completely black. However, when you run your computer without clearing the screen before it starts, it shows the remains the program running previously. So we can use CLS command at the starting of program to clear the previous output from the screen. Click on start. So now previously information is cleared from the screen and you will see only the current program output. Next is print command. Print command is used to print information or to display the output, to display the user message on the output screen. Next is let command. The let command is used to assign a numeric or a string constant to a variable. However, use of the word let is optional. For example, we are going to create a program. Let sum is equal to 100. Let sum is equal to sum plus n. Let name. When we have to define a data type as a alphanumeric, which symbol we have to use? Yes, is the $sign is equal to now we will use the print command to print the result. Print sum, print name $. Just see the output of this program. In this program we do take a variable sum is equal to 100 and then we add 10 into that sum value and then we print that value. Just see the output of this program. Welcome. So sum is 100 plus 10 is equal to 110 and the name is Hargun. So similarly you can use the let command. Second is input command. Input takes the data from the user of the program during the execution. The user gives the data are assigned to a variable. A question mark also appear on the screen. Just modify this question. Save your program. Program 2. CLS remarks. Input command. Example. Print enter your name. Input name. Print enter your age. Input age. Print age and name. So in this program will take first display the print line, enter your name, and then take the input from the user as a name, as a alphanumeric value, then second line is printed, enter your age, then it takes the numeric value from the user. Click and run. Enter your name. So question mark is there. We have to enter a alphanumeric value. For example, Argun. After typing your value, when you press the enter, it moves to the next instruction in the program. That is, enter your age. Now enter your age. For example, your age is 4 years. When you press the enter, 4 and Argun, it prints the statement. So in this way you can code your program, and also you can try different types of programming. Also some programs are given in your book. Next is end command. The end command is generally included at the end of program. It tells the interpreter that end of the program has reached, so it should stop interpreting the statements. So at the end of program we can enter end. Save your program. Program number 3. Now discuss about the if statement. This statement tests the particular condition and return an answer as a true or false. If condition is a true, the computer will follow the code given after then. If condition is false, then the computer will altogether ignore the command after then and move to the next line. This statement is used when decision is to be made. For example, random use of if and then. Clear screen. Input, enter your age, get the age. If age is less than, then print you are not eligible to vote, and if this condition is true, then this statement will be printed on your screen. Otherwise it move to end of program. If and then else statement. If then else statement tests the particular condition and asks the computer true or false question only. If the condition is true, then computer will follow the command given after then. If the condition is false, then the computer will altogether ignore the command after then and move to the else part to execute the command stated there. For example, input, enter your age. If age is less than 18, then print not eligible to vote. If this condition is false, then your computer directly move to else part and print eligible to vote. End it and closing of your program. We will also do this part in programming. Then repetition construct. Repetition construct allow you to specify a group of statements to be executed a certain number of times. The repetitive execution of group of program statements is known as looping. Every repetition of a loop is known as an iteration. Iteration means to repeat something over and over again. QBasic offers two types of looping statement, for next and do. For next, it is generally used as a counter loop when you know exactly how many times you need to execute the loop. The syntax for variable equal to initial value to the final value, then statement to be executed, next variable to increment in the variable. Do loop. It is a block of commands where the program does not have to loop a certain number of times like for next loop. It is the loop indefinitely. Do loop has the two forms, do while loop or do until loop. Do while, condition and loop. Thus, the loop, a condition is evaluated. If the condition is false, it jumps to the first statement after the loop. Otherwise, it executes the statement inside the loop and then goes back to step number 1. Second is do until loop. If the condition is false, QBasic execute the statement and continue to do so until the condition is true. If the condition is true, the QBasic jumps to the past, the loop, and execute the remainder of program. This is the one of the example of if statement. If enter your age. If age is less than 18, then print not eligible to vote. So just run this program. Start, enter your age. For example, you print 4. When you press enter, it prints not eligible to vote. But when you enter a value greater than 18, for example 19, then it just close the program. So if we have a two condition, if condition is true, then it print this value, otherwise it move to end of the program. For that we can use if and then else statement for those conditions. If age is less than 18, then print not eligible to vote, else print eligible to vote. Just run this program, enter. Enter your age, that is less than 18, for example 4, press enter, not eligible to vote. Just do a one try with age greater than 18, for example 19, then eligible to vote. So if age less than 18, then print in next line not eligible to vote, else print eligible to vote. If condition is true, then it execute this command. If condition is false, then it directly comes to the else part and execute these statements. Next is repetition construct for loop. Use of for next loop. For initial I is equal to 1 to 5. Print hello world. Comma I to print the value of I. Next I, and then it move to this part. If the value of I is greater than 5, then it end the program. Just run this command. Hello world 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next is do while loop. Do while loop. In a do while, for example, first we have to write the initial value of I is equal to 1. Do while I is less than 5, print hello world I is equal to I plus 1 to increment the value of y 1. Loop until this condition is true. When this condition is false, then it directly comes to the end part of this program. Click on run. start. So until the value of I is less than 5, the program is in loop. When the value of I is greater than 5, then it comes to the end part. Next is do until loop. Save the changes in this program. This is the example of do until loop. I's value with the 1, do, print hello world I is equal to I plus 1 to increment the value of 5 by 1, loop until I is greater than 5. So this program is execute until the value of I is less than 5. So in this way, this program executes. Okay student, this is all about the loops. Okay student, at the last, you have to perform all the exercise question answers on your book, question number A and B. Then question number C and question number F on your notebook. And also perform all these project work and lab question answers on your book, on your computer, or either on your mobile phone or on your tablet. Thank you. Have a nice day.